Hi guys, it's me George. I hope everyone's doing well. Today I wanted to kind of do a video. It's very different from my usual content, so apologies. But it's something that I really wanted to talk about because this has been something that I have seen being spilling out of the mouths of health and fitness kind of professionals for years and years and years. And it's the same rhetoric and it's bollocks and it needs to stop. And I'm going to talk about it today. And I'm going to talk about this because I have experience with this. So for those of you that don't know, I am a qualified personal trainer. Now, I am not a nutritionist. A nutritionist and a personal trainer are two very different things. People seem to think that's automatically the same thing. It's not the same as a dietitian or someone that specializes in nutrition. You learn a wee bit, but it's basic. It's completely basic. Compared to what a nutritionist or a dietitian would know. However, I'm talking about this because I have experience with this and I've known about this for years, so I'm going to talk about it. So I follow a personal trainer. Well, I've since unfollowed him because it pissed me off. It really has. And I've followed this guy for years, and most of the time, his worth is salt. He knows his shit regarding training, really, really does. And has added things to my fitness regime. But he said something the other day, which went very much like this. It's not hard for you to get protein in after the gym. It's not hard. It's easy. It's dead easy. All you need to do after the gym, after your workout, chicken, bam, beef, bam, turkey, bam, fucking lamb, bam. It's not that hard. And do you know what? If you're vegan, if you're vegetarian, more fucking fool you. That's your fucking problem. That's on fucking you. More fucking fool no one. That's not your problem. It's still easy to get protein in your body after working out, after exercise, if you are on a plant-based diet. And this has been spilling out for years about plant-based eaters, that it is like impossible for them to get protein or that they're like completely deficient in protein. And I am going to tell you, as someone that has been plant-based for years, pescatarian, vegetarian and vegan, and just switched between the three, but mainly plant-based. If you are on a plant-based diet, you can still have protein. Like, it's not hard and it's not impossible. It might require more planning, but it's easy as fucking shit. So I was a PT for years, and when I was a PT, part of my USP was catering for clients with plant-based diets. I never at any point in my career as a PT had a client that ate meat, because they just didn't come to me because I was kind of like the vegetarian guy. And I made a point of that in my like little profile at the gym. I worked predominantly with vegetarians. I had one vegan and one pescatarian, but none of my clients ate meat. None of them did. And all of them, including the vegans, attain their goals, but also saw hypertrophy, muscle mass increase. I'm going to give you an example of what I've just had after the gym. I would have shown you like a picture of it, but I ate it all. I was too fucking hungry. But as an example, and this is just to prove how easy it fucking is, I've had some Burmese tofu, which is also known as chickpea tofu. So it's made out of chickpea rather than soy because I'm intolerant to soy. And it's also made with pumpkin seeds, really, really high in protein. I've had some hummus as well as like a side dip. I had some tomatoes with oregano and olive oil. I've had some vegetarian haggis. Now, vegetarian haggis is literally full of plant-based protein. It's full of lentils, legumes, beans, nuts, seeds, really, really high in fiber, really, really high in protein, really, really delicious. I've had some sourdough seeded bread. So it's sourdough, but it's full of seeds. So it's really high in protein again. And I'm also a slag for an egg. So I've had 2 eggs as well. Done. Most of that on my dish, predominantly plant-based protein, apart from the eggs. It's not hard for you to get protein in after the gym. Even if you haven't got anything in, you can run to the shop and buy a tin of fucking Heinz baked beans. Like, the reduced sugar one would be better, I'm not gonna lie, but like, that's still plant protein, and you can have that on seeded sourdough bread. Um, and that's protein. Am I saying that like all of the stuff on my plate would have been like more as much a protein hit as like 5 fucking steaks? No, I'm not saying that, but it's still sufficient enough to fuel hypertrophy. It's still sufficient enough to fuel and repair your muscles. It's still sufficient enough to give you protein. We need to get past this idea that protein is only limited to meat eaters. It's fucking not. It's really not. And I say that as a person that has been plant-based for years. And as I mentioned, I'm a pescatarian now. I'm not a vegetarian anymore. But I mainly eat vegan. I mainly eat vegetarian. It's not impossible. So no, if you are on a plant-based diet, more fucking do not fool you, because you're fine. You know, like, there's so many different sources. Beans as well, so many different types of beans: cannellini beans, haricot beans, butter beans, like navy beans. Like, all beans have protein in them. Nuts and seeds, really high in omega-3, so brilliant for vegans as well. But you know, we have to get past this idea that just because you're plant-based, you're like lacking in protein. It's so fucking old. It's 2026. And it's ridiculous. Just stop. Like, there are vegan bodybuilders that aren't on steroids. Like, just stop. Can we stop demonizing people that are on a plant-based diet? Because they're just trying to fucking live their life. You know, most of them are just trying to fucking live their life and trying to go to the gym and be healthy. Yeah. Just leave people alone. And just know that, like, if you don't eat meat, it's totally and completely able for you to get protein. And actually, some plant-based eaters will have more protein because they will be so fucking conscious about it. So yeah, I hope this video helps if you're a plant-based eater and, you know, you're not already dying of like protein deficiency. You know, if you're like crippled fingers, like tired crippled fingers from the lack of protein, can press the button to watch this video. Fuck's sake. Like, get over it. Get over the fact that vegans and vegetarians don't eat meat. And pescatarians, because I've even had some people say, well, how are you going to get all that protein? You're pescatarian. I'm like, well, eat fucking fish for one, and seafood. That fucking helps. But even if I didn't, I can still get protein. I hope this helps. And yeah, it's a bit of a rant, and apologies for that, but it really needs to be said. There needs to be more acknowledgement of this and more education of this, because it's fucking silly. It really is.